Hi, and welcome to another episode on the Giselle McCliffe Show. This is The Conversation, and today we're talking nutrition. Everything nutrition, health, lifestyle, diet, food, and so much more, so please stay tuned. Today our special guest is Sandra Challita. She's a nutritionist. Hi Sandra, and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
What made you start your business?
I am a qualified nutritionist. I've been practicing for 7 years, and my health journey began at the age of 17. I had a turning point in my life then. Before that, as a child, I used to suffer from asthma, eczema, hay fever, all these weird allergy symptoms. And I realized by the age of 17, I don't want to put up with it anymore. And I realized, is this poor genes? Is this my fate that's happening? But I just realized as I was eating healthier, I felt healthier. And from there, I've never looked back. While pursuing a degree in nutrition, I've been influencing others to live a healthier life and feel healthy at the same time.
With health and nutrition, it does impact your body, and we all need to understand that.
It's more important than we think, because nutrition can influence our mood. It can influence how we feel when we wake up in the morning, our sleep quality, our energy levels. And once you actually connect the dots, you'll notice that your diet is very, very important.
And it's a day-to-day thing, so you've got to keep it up. What is nutrition and why is it important?
So nutrition is the way in which our food digests in the body. So nutrients are those that, like healthy fats, carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins and minerals. They're all found in healthy food, real wholesome foods, and they help influence our body. Each one plays a role. For example, protein helps with repair and building muscles and cells in the body. Healthy fats are actually important for our brain, for our health, for healthy skin as well. We have other vitamins and minerals that play specific roles.
What is your philosophy on nutrition?
I believe that our diet should be personalized. What I mean by that is every person is different. There's no two people alike. So each person should actually be eating the foods that are compatible to their bodies. And at the same time, that's why it's important to actually not follow just any diet. It's not a one size fits all. You can't just go on keto or go on a vegan diet and expect it to work. Because each person should have, even in those diets, they should be personalized for you. If you choose to become a vegan or go on a paleo diet, I don't believe in those kinds of diets. I believe in a personalized diet. But if you were to do that, you would still have to personalize it for your own health goals, the way in which your body works.
Yeah, not suitable for everyone, different sorts of things.
Exactly. And that's why so many people are frustrated. They're on this vegan diet, this paleo diet. It worked for one but not the other. Why is that the case? Because it's not personalized. You don't know if that diet's actually going to work for you in the long run and in the short run.
So by you saying that not all diets suit everyone, how is that different for everybody?
Because since everyone's body is different, for example, you could have allergies that I don't have. You can have a different blood type to me. Your body shape, your age as well plays the role in what kind of foods are suitable for you. All those different factors play a role in how your diet should look like, which is why I don't recommend just going to that fad diet out there online, Kim Kardashian is following.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Because if it's suitable for her, it might not be suitable for you or anyone else. And don't just follow what they're doing. So everyone just needs to keep in mind that and understand this, and then they'll see a difference within themselves. So what is the best way to keep track of what someone is eating?
I would suggest the classical food journaling. Just actually writing down every single food you consume and every single all the quantities of the foods that you're eating. And I believe that's a big eye-opener, because we actually underestimate what we're eating. I could pretend, or I can just imagine I ate 2 cookies, but it ended up the whole packet. And when I actually write it down, I realize, okay, it's like making me more aware of myself.
Some people feel a bit maybe overwhelmed to sort of track it, or they forget how, or they probably don't know how to weigh things. Is there a way to make it easier?
Yeah, there are certain apps that actually help you track down all the macronutrients, the micronutrients, the amount you're eating. But it can be time consuming. I would just, notes app, keep it as simple as possible. It's not so complicated to, time consuming, because, we want to just keep running our lives while just keeping food at the back of our mind and allowing it to influence us in a healthier way.
So I think once you introduce that to your daily life, it becomes part of your routine where you don't have to think about it.
If you make it a habit to actually write it down, it'll just be like that, you know.
And don't overthink it. Just whatever you eat, write it down. That's
Exactly.
it. So what's your approach to helping clients lose weight?
My approach is a very personalized approach and a holistic approach. So because we know that weight loss is not just about counting calories. It's actually more than that. It's actually got to do with hormonal control. It's got to do with our exercise regime. It's got to do with our stress levels as well. All that actually influences how much weight we're going to lose. For example, I know so many people that are starving themselves all day. They're probably on less than 100 calories a day, literally. And they don't believe, their mindset is like, okay, I'm probably not going to lose weight. And that is the reason why they're not losing weight. They're probably on a low calorie diet, but not losing the weight. And I believe it's their limiting beliefs that are holding them back.
So it doesn't mean if you eat less that you're going to lose weight.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
It has to be in a holistic way. You have to factor in how your mindset is playing a role, how it's influencing you, the relationships around you, are they in a encouraging mindset as well. You have to factor in how stressed you are throughout the day, because stress and cortisol can actually influence weight loss. You got the hormonal control, so it's much more deeper than just counting calories.
And then you have to be eating the right food.
We want to include the right foods that are compatible to our body, because as I mentioned, it has to be a personalised diet.
Yes, that's right. Can't forget that. It has to be a personalised diet, that's true. So what factors make up the holistic approach?
Health is the multidimensional. So we have the physical aspect of health, which is how we eat nutrition. We also got the spiritual aspect of health. We got the mental aspect of health, our emotional aspect. So all these different aspects of health will influence how much weight we're going to lose and how healthy we feel. For example, I know mindset is a big factor to play in. So many people put themselves down, look at themselves in the mirror, and are just upset with themselves. But when they actually change the beliefs about themselves and the truth about themselves, they realize they have more potential in losing weight, in feeling healthier, and living a better life.
So it all ties in together. So mentality, spiritual, and also physical. They all work together to get to your end result.
Exactly. But nutrition and personalized nutrition is the foundation.
Yeah.
So we have to start with that as the basis.
As long as you have a strong foundation, that's the main thing. How do I or someone pick the right foods and make the correct food choices?
I believe that each day we should eat the colors of the rainbow. So for example, you want to pick all the colors of the rainbow because each color represents a different nutrition, different antioxidants. For example, blueberries have a pigment which make them blue. It's called cyanines. And that kind of antioxidant actually is good for brain health, and it helps prevent cellular aging. Chlorophyll in green veggies such as spinach, kale, dandelion. Chlorophyll is the pigment that gives it that green color, and it actually plays a role in helping cleanse the blood and the liver. So each color of the rainbows will actually help us with different kinds of nutrition for our body, different roles in our body. And that's why it's just, it's easy for kids to remember, eat all the colors of the rainbow, but also for adults to remember that as well.
I think it is in nature. When you think of it like that, it is easier because you kind of think, oh, I want to eat this color today. Like when you look at it as a color,
it makes it more vibrant.
And more fun and easier, I
Fun
think,
and
as
easy.
well. Instead of thinking for the actual term that what's in this fruit or vegetable,
Exactly.
what does it do? Oh, I had something green today, or someone had something orange,
exactly.
or something purple.
Yeah, and it's a good way to go about it. If you look at food as numbers, it's kind of the grades food. I believe food's more than that anyway. It's my approach and it works, believe me.
It's a good way and a fun way.
The rainbow.
Yeah, exactly. So then people just need to look further into that, sort of what each thing, and think of it as colours. And
Exactly.
what
and
relates to it.
educating ourselves as well.
Yeah. Is there a few other examples of different colours? Orange.
Yes, orange. I love the colour orange. The orange pigment is called carotene, and it's found in carrots, orange. What else is orange?
Apricot.
That's one as well.
Yeah.
All those have a function in helping with eye vision as well, skin health and digestion as well.
Oh, nice.
And energy actually.
Yeah. Just remember colours and that'll help you and guide you to what you want to eat. That is a fun way, I like it. How does your behaviour affect food choices?
Our behaviour can affect our food choices. For example, living in a different social class or a culture where they value more of a Mediterranean diet, for example, with the wholesome foods. That can influence someone to make better food choices because they've grown up, eating those kinds of cultural foods. So will kind of influence what food choices they can make. At the same time, it can work vice versa. our food choices can affect our behavior.
Okay.
For example, I'll give you an example,
Yeah.
but it's very underestimated. Refined sugars actually can affect our mental health. Studies show that the more fast food we eat, the more it can be linked to depression. That's not a cause of it, but there's a link to it. As well as refined sugars, which are found, in just regular sweets, can be linked to depression as well, which is very concerning, but there is a link there.
That's why I suppose when some people are down or going through a hard time, they straight away get to junk food.
Making the problem worse. In that case, I usually recommend fruits because they got the vitamins in there that's going to just energize you. It's actually shown that bananas can actually help lift the mood. Different kinds of fruits can help with mental health. Food affects mood.
Yeah. So do you feel when someone, instead of going for the junk food, why don't we, how does someone reach for that fruit or that vegetable? Like, is there an easier way? So it is all mental that way then
Exactly.
as well? Yeah.
I believe that what you see, what you have in your environment will influence your food choices as well. So having that fruit bowl instead of the cookie jar, that way if you're feeling down and you're just grabbing that apple in your sight.
I think so for some people it's easier that way.
Exactly. Making the environment more healthier, especially in the home.
So with that approach, how do I or someone else make that easier in their life to head down that path?
So making things easier in the home, because outside the home we really can't control things, but inside the home we can make it more influential for us. So for example, we can have that fruit bowl on the kitchen bench, we can have those chopped carrots in the fridge, have those healthier snack options with limited refined sugars in the pantry. That way when you're feeling down, you're actually having those options there ready for you whenever as an emergency, so to say.
I think preparing and preparation plays a part as well.
Exactly.
A lot of people food prep meals or whatever.
Yeah.
Food prep your snacks.
Food prepping is a smart way and it works for many people.
Yeah. One less thing to think about.
You want to feel better, not worse.
What are probiotics and prebiotics? What's the difference and why do we need them?
Good question. So there's probiotics and prebiotics. When I was a kid, I thought they were both the same.
I always get confused, to be honest with you.
I know. To be honest, it is a difficult, confusing topic, but I'll cut down to it.
Yeah.
So there's probiotics. Think of pro as pros.
Okay.
The pros are the bacteria, the living organisms. So probiotics are those that live in and on our bodies. So they're around our skin, in our digestive tract, but we can't see them. They're invisible, but it's all around our skin, inside. They're the probiotics. Now probiotics, they're already in and on us, but we still need food sources that will replenish them.
Okay.
Because there could be an imbalance.
Okay.
There could be bad bacteria and good bacteria, unbalanced. We need both, but if there's an imbalance, then that's where infections can happen, things like that. Now prebiotics are food that the probiotics eat.
Okay.
So we have probiotics, the bacteria, they need their own food.
Yeah.
So they even thrive on our bodies and they eat fibers from, for example, we have artichoke, asparagus. The fibers in those vegetables actually feed our probiotics inside our gut.
Okay.
So that's the main difference. And you can find, for example, there's different ways to replenish your probiotics in your system. Even fasting can actually replenish our probiotics because it starves off the bad bacteria.
Yeah. Can happen naturally.
Yeah. You don't necessarily have to always get it from supplements or food sources. Fasting is a natural way to actually replenish our probiotics.
And if someone were to fast to replenish the probiotics, how long do they need to fast for example?
It will vary.
Okay.
For example, you have the classical 18 hours intermittent fasting,
Yeah.
but that will take time to develop.
Okay.
You have to do it baby steps when you're fasting.
Okay,
You can't just jump into a 1 day fast and expect it to work for you.
Okay.
You have to gradually get up to the amount of hours and then make it consistent in your lifestyle.
You can take supplements or you don't have to because your body will naturally look after that.
Exactly, and it will depend on your doctor's recommendation.
Yeah.
If you're, for example, having antibiotics, then probiotics is the opposite to the antibiotics and it will fix up what the antibiotics have done.
I found out from you, Sandra, about the blood type diet. Now, what is the blood type diet and how does that affect our nutritional needs? I found it quite interesting, so I want to hear more about it.
Yeah, so the blood type diet actually began with a naturopath, maybe a couple of decades ago. So it's where a naturopath has actually tested each food against people's blood type. And he found out that some people react to different kinds of foods, whether it's healthy or not. So for example, avocado could be against your body, but not against my body.
Okay.
So I can get derived nutrition from avocado, whereas your body will react to it. So that's the kind of foundation of the blood type. It kind of appreciates that everybody is different, and that it's important to actually know what your body is compatible with.
Different things are more compatible with the different blood types, and people need to be aware of that. Find out what your blood type is and what is more suitable for you.
Yes.
And that will make a difference for your nutritional needs.
It can. There's many naturopaths that follow this. It's not the conventional way.
Okay.
It can be a bit of a controversial topic.
Okay.
But I've seen it work in many people. Something that you would have to actually educate yourself about and not just jump into. Not treat it like another diet. It's more so just an extra way to find out what works for your body.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, you want to eat right and feel good with everything that you eat.
I suppose sometimes, like what we touched on earlier, where different people have different bodies, your genes are different, what's suitable for one person, not suitable for someone. The blood type also plays a part in that as well.
And it appreciates how our bodies are different.
Yeah.
I provide those resources in my consultation, so I highly recommend you book a consultation.
I think a lot of people don't know about this whole blood type thing, and I think it's good to learn more about it.
Listening to your body will actually play a role in that.
Yeah. Eat according to your blood type, as well as your body.
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
sorry.
No, good.
Because I don't want you to see it as another diet. It's more so just something that you can factor in to see what's working inside your body. Because everything you eat, it should make you feel better.
Consult Sandra Nutrition. She'll look after you. You have to.
You better.
Exactly right. How does being active work hand in hand with nutrition?
So being active is definitely important. It helps the blood flow around your body so that the nutrients are getting delivered all over your body, and it helps to prevent that sedentary lifestyle. You want to feel energized and exercise helps with that. It works hand in hand with nutrition, and it's definitely very important.
So Sandra, what are some meal ideas that we can follow?
I want to show you. Let's get in the kitchen and start cooking.
All right, great, let's go.
Let's go.
Catch the next episode where Sandra brings her nutritional philosophy to life in the kitchen. Let's get in the kitchen. We're taking it to the kitchen, guys. Let's go.
Just get out of it.
All right, let's go. Let's go to the kitchen. We're going to the kitchen, guys, so let's go.